Hello guys, so in this video I'll be taking you on how to debug your EA that is not picking up trade. So now let's assume you have your EA installed, you have it on your chart, and in the case where you don't even know how to install your EA on your MetaTrader, or you don't know how to add it to your chart, so you can check my last video. Then if you have done that and it is not picking trade for days or weeks, so now these are the things you should check. First off, you should make sure that this is blue on MetaTrader 5. If this is blue, you can skip to step 3. So step 1, you want to make sure AlgoTrading is turned on. This, you don't want to leave it like this. You want to have it turned on. That is 1. Second, so what you want to do is you want to double click on the hat, right? Or you right click on it, then you click on properties, or you want to right click on the chart, then you go for expert list, then you select this, then you want to select this, you want to go for property. So either way you can get the property. So I'll be double clicking, right? So now under the common tab, so you want to make sure that this is checked and this is selected. That means you want to authorize your MetaTrader to allow algo trading, the use of EA. So now all you need to do is to click on OK. You will notice once I click on OK, this will become blue and automatically there will be room for trading. So that is 1. Let me click on OK and let's see. You can see now that it is blue. So what could be the problem? One of the things we can check is, does this EA relies on an indicator that I need to install? So what you can do is you can actually check your EA if there is a room to add indicator name. So for example, in this case, I don't need to add an indicator name. That means all the indicator that it depends on, or maybe it just depends on price action, all the indicator that this particular EA depends on are inbuilt, so I don't need to install them manually. And in the case where you need to install them, you should check the file that was sent to you by the developer or by the seller of the EA. So check it and make sure you install those indicators so that the EA will look for the indicator in the right place, and make sure you also have them installed in the right place where the EA is looking at. So how do you do that? You can have an hint from the expert tab, which we are going to look at on the next step. But in this case, let's say you have an indicator, it depends on, make sure you get the file from the seller or the developer. In my case, it doesn't depend on an indicator. So also, the next thing you want to check is, am I using the right setting? In the case where the seller or the developer gives you a set file, you want to load the set file, right? So all you need to do is go for load, select where the set file that was given to you is. So either you unzip or extract, then pick it up, then click on open. Automatically it will reconfigure this setting to the right one, then click on OK. After that, the next thing you want to check is you want to check your expert tab for potential errors. You will notice that we just turn on the auto algo trading. Sometimes you might need to reboot your MetaTrader, so you close it and you load it again. After that, you already have this algo trading button. In the case where you're expecting it to pick up trade and it is still not picking up the trade, then you can move forward. But in the case where the EA waits for a particular condition, so far you now have this as blue, then you can leave it. Just make sure that you have it applied to the right time frame if the EA depends on time frame. So in that case, you can either change this. You can see I don't have other time frame, so you can drag and drop. If you have this similar case, you can drag your time frame out, to wherever. You can pin it up to wherever you want. Then another way to do it is by right clicking, go for time frame, then you'll be able to select the time frame you want. So in the case where your EA depends on 5 minutes, some EA won't pick up trade if you are on the wrong time frame. So you can also make sure you are on the right time frame. So these are the questions you should ask the developer or the seller, that what time frame does this EA work for? So these are the questions you should ask your developer, what time frame. Also, you should make sure that the license works for you. In the case where your friend is the one, or your brother or sister is the one who purchased the EA, and he or she is trying to share the EA with you, you might not be licensed to use the EA. So how do you know if you are licensed to use the EA? Either you come to the expert tab or journal tab. The reason for the failure will be obvious. Some EA won't stay if you are not licensed to use it. Immediately you add it to the chart, it will get removed automatically because you are not licensed to use it. Also, if you are licensed to use it but the date license is expired, so let's say someone is giving you 7 days trial and now it is the 8th day, automatically you are no longer licensed. So you can see the log here on the expert tab that you are no longer licensed to use this EA. So get familiar with this. Is when you have a log that you think, okay, I think this is unusual, you should come here, screenshot the log and send to the seller or the developer. Another thing that could be the problem is called runtime error. Sometimes there might be some logical error leading to runtime error that the developer might not notice when the development of the EA was being carried out. Such error usually come up as array out of range. So in this tab, this expert tab, so you notice a log saying array out of range. So it is a runtime error. Once you have such error, your EA will stop picking up trade, or will most likely stop picking up trade, or never pick up trade. So in that case, you should screenshot your expert tab and give it to the developer or the seller for the developer or seller to fix it up, then send you a better version. So that is another reason why your EA might not be picking up trade. After making sure that you have the AlgoTrading on, you also have it selected here, and of course you have the blue cap. Then you have this cleaned, it is time for you to observe again. Now when observing, do not make the mistake of closing the terminal even if it is on your computer. If you can't leave your computer open along with your terminal, then you should employ a VPS. Buy a VPS or rent a VPS, then install your MetaTrader, then install your EA, and leave your MetaTrader always open, because the moment you close your MetaTrader, you lose all the opportunity to open position or manage positions. So you must leave your MetaTrader on. So this could be the reason, even if you have the blue cap, the fact that you keep closing your MetaTrader each time you are done with it, you will never get your trade open or your trade managed properly. So make sure you have your MetaTrader on. And in the case where you have all of this in place, then it is time for you to consult your developer. That he should probably check what the problem is, or you can ask him what interval does the EA work. Some EA actually adopt position trading style, so they don't trade every day. In fact, they barely trade in a week. So you can ask him, so you can consult your developer or your seller, how often does your EA trade? If the seller is like, you should trade every day, in fact every candle, then you are still not doing the right thing. Either you watch the video all over again, or you consult him to instruct you on what to do. Either you are not putting it on the right time frame, or we are using the wrong set file to be precise. I hope you find this helpful. I will see you on the next video.